Hey guys, Julia here. Welcome back to another video. And today, I'm a little stuffy, sorry. But today, I am flipping through my 2022 bullet journal spreads in their entirety. I haven't done this face-to-face thing in quite a while, and I missed you guys. I miss seeing you guys, so I thought I'd come on here to just let you know what we're gonna be doing today. We are flipping through journals 5 and journal 6. Not all of journal 5, just the 2022 spreads. These are the two that I used in 2022. And so we're gonna be flipping through all of the spreads, all the nooks, all the crannies, even the little back pocket to see what's in there. It's one thing to check out the plan with me's and set up those initial spreads. It's an entire different thing to see what those spreads look like after the pen and see how they work or didn't work for me, and get some inspiration that way too for your own bullet journals. So yeah, let's get to the tabletop and check out all of these spreads. Okay, welcome to the table, guys. We are going to be looking at these two bullet journals that I used for 2022. This one we'll go through first, and I actually used this one mostly in 2021. But there is January and February in here, as well as a mini 2022 setup. So we will go through this one as well as this one, which is March through December. These are both B5 Art and Olive journals, bright white paper, 160 pages, 160 GSM. You know the deal. So we're gonna start with this one. Okay, I will open up to this front inside cover and cover page just to show you what this looks like. I have my key running down this left side, as well as my master project list key, which I don't use anymore, but during this time frame I was using it, so I thought it was important to have that here. I have my little found me page. If you do want to see this 2021 section here, I do have a video flipping through this part of the journal, and I'll link that above and down in the description if you want to check that out. But for now, we are going to check in on 2022. So this is just a mini little initial setup because I knew that the whole year was not gonna, last this amount of pages. So I did do just like a mini little setup here. I still love this color story. I love this quote, "I trust the next chapter because I know the author." And then this little start demo because I knew again that this wasn't going to last me the entire year. So this was just like a little demo, a little trial of the 2022 setup. And everything is pretty condensed here. You have my 2022 photos, and we have one for January and February. This is in Budapest, and then this is like right before a Valentine's Day date or something. So I love the photo section to just capture those memories. I have my focus areas for 2022, and I think I highlight the ones that I either moved over to the next journal or the ones that I thought that I accomplished. I cannot remember why I did a little highlight on some of these, but yeah. We have a mini future log, and then I think I only have through April here. Yes. And then I just did some other dates that fell beyond April. Okay, we have the travel diary here. Again, only January and February, so not much going on there. I have a logo folio to just capture any logos that we did in January and February. A mini period tracker, places to check out, which nothing. And then just a few ideas here. And then we flip over to January, and January was this Hollow Knight theme. I was loving Hollow Knight during this time and anticipating the sequel, which still has not happened at all. Help. But yeah, I love this color scheme. It's very just chill, and yeah, the little pop of red is cute. This is the night log. I like the night log on this little Dutch door situation, but we have that. And this is where I track, if you haven't seen my videos before, this is where I track meals and what we watch with the meal. And it also tracks takeouts and any favorites that I have. So there's that. I was tracking socials here as well and any focus progress. This is my work dashboard, and that's where that master project key comes in here. Monthly invoices, just some notes. And then we're just getting into the weeklies here. I actually really like this layout with the events running across the top, like the calendar, priorities, YouTube. So I have some categories broken down here, and I have the rolling task list. Seems like I kept everything pretty consistent as far as the layout for January, and just flipping through that, I think that's really cute. Yeah, and I just changed up the doodles here, but the same layout most of the time. Then we're flipping on over to February, and February just super colorful. This was a Lucky Charms theme. And so we have, I love this quote page, "Darling, you are magic." And if I remember correctly, all of the supplies for this one are like mild liners. So very nice, muted but bright color palette. I really enjoyed it. My notes got a little out of hand here. That was not intended, but I think for this month, every week I tried to focus in on one of the icons. So this one is the hearts and the balloons, but yeah, this one was the stars, the moon. So I think that's really neat too. As you flip through, it's still on theme, but each week feels a little fresh. So I did have a Patreon during this time, and there was a matching sticker set for this theme, and near the end of the month I still had some extra stickers, and I usually have extra stickers because I test out the stickers before I'm like, yes, this is the set. And so I just started, at least like this last week, just doing just this dump of stickers, and I thought that was really cute and really fun to just like stick them down and try to make this shape. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're in the back of this journal now, and before I switched over to a new journal, I got inspired by this little sticker dump and ended up doing just these 2 spreads of stickers. I had so many stickers from myself, from different ones that, you know, were in Archer and Olive boxes and that came with orders and all that sort of thing. So I just did this huge sticker dump here, and this is just really fun to look back on. So if you have a lot of stickers and you don't think you're going to actually use them, do a sticker dump page. They're really fun. Here's another one from, you know, bands and just businesses. Yeah. All right, so some of these end of journal pages are from 2021, but I did not show them in the 2021 flip through, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure, but I will show you those now, and some of them may not have been even made by that time. So yeah, flipping over. Okay, this one I attempted to do some stickers, some of these tentacle stickers on this super shiny silver sticker paper, and it did not, the Cricut did not like trying to cut this. So I just thought it would be fun to just cut the whole page out and stick it in here, and that's what I did. Best of 2021. These are just like TV series and movies that I marked as my favorites every month. And so this is just a compiled list of all of my favorites from 2021. Flipping over, this is a spread that I did not complete, will not complete, but this is from the end of 2021 as well. It's from our dance show, Cinderella. I was Cinderella. That was really fun. And so I just have some pictures there, the program, that type of memory keeping thing that I would now put in my life journal. But at the time, I wasn't really using my life journal. Flipping over, we have the packing list for a trip we took for Christmas last year. And then our Thanksgiving menu planning page. This is my Adobe Max virtual conference, just schedule of all the classes that I took. And here's my packing list for the Christmas trip. This is also before the reusable spread. So yeah, this was where those ideas started kind of like, I don't want to do this packing list every time we go somewhere. So, but yeah. Have some YouTube video ideas, a mini migration section for when I took this over to the new journal. I also have my big brother. This is also 2021. I have my little big brother prediction page here. And then my dot grid spacing guide here in the back. I also just have whatever. I know a lot of people don't show these like back whatever pages, but I think they're kind of fun to show. I just have extra stickers, extra photos back here. I have a lot of stickers. And then this from Pipa. I love her branding and just about everything that, she has printed. So I always like to keep those. I have a little envelope back here, and in this little back pocket, I keep cards. So cards I get for my birthday or Valentine's Day or anything like that. Thank you cards are back here. So yeah, that is the first journal of 2022. We have January, February in here, and then we're going to move over to the next journal to check out the rest of the months. Okay, here we are with the second notebook, and we're just going to go ahead and go through every page in this. So here is the inside cover and our nameplate page. I put the key down here a bit smaller than the last journal, and also use another Pipa business card here because I have brown skin, I have curly hair, it matches the blue color scheme. I just loved it, so I decided to stick it here along with a little piece of paper that I used for my November Plan With Me thumbnail, and I just thought it was really cute here, so that was a late addition. Flipping over, we have kind of the remix, the redo of that demo, that mini 2022 setup here. And the quote changed a little bit to "the next chapter is now." And so this doesn't say start demo anymore. It says 2022. So this is the full 2022 setup here. Something I did add after I filmed this setup, which I will link all of the setups and the playlist for the monthly setups down in the description as well. But I did add these little circle stickers here on the edge just so I could get back to these beginning setup pages pretty quickly. Flipping over, we have the photos of 2022 starting from March. A lot of these are not where I am right now, like my current city. So I do have like little indicators of where these photos are taken. Just love how that looks all together. And then this was an area just for some extra photos as well. We have the future log here. Like I mentioned in my 2023 setup, this fills up really quickly, and the birthdays, take up quite a bit of space. So that's why I ended up putting the birthdays in a separate column in my 2023 setup, because this is just, it's a lot. It's wild, but most used spread, definitely the future log, MVP of the spreads. Here's my 2022 focus page, and I still really love this. I love how large this lettering is, and it just, kind of brings home that whole focus thing. So love that. We have things to check out and some ideas. We have the travel log, and I ran out of space, which I am not complaining about that, but I ran out of space and had to do this little tip in here. But anytime we went on a trip that was overnight, I wanted to log when it was, where it was, why it was, and also do like a little tiny drawing of the flag there. When did I last? Period tracker here. And then we move right on into March, which is the pierogies thing. Love this painting. I love this color scheme. It's so relaxing and cozy. This page I try to do every year. This is our yearly cleanup, declutter extravaganza, and I always kind of have a spread to mark through when we get through each section. So we've done the whole Marie Kondo like hardcore cleaning just a few years ago, and so every year we've been doing kind of these like refreshers. And so I think next year I'm not going to break them down into those major sections like the very first time we did it, but I am going to do it maybe by room and then take every room and kind of make our own sections depending on what's in that room. But yeah, I always have my little Spark Joy cleanup page there. I think this is just another notes page. Then right back on into the weeklies. Ooh, I changed it up here and went back to kind of that traditional like bullet journal weekly spread here, but still had my task list. Ooh, this might have been the very start of how I do my weeklies now, where I have this task bank and then pull them into dailies. I might need to bring this back. All right, and then we are into April, which was a bunny theme, and this was inspired by what ended up being my favorite book of the year, the first book that I finished in 2022, Bunny by Mona Awad. So that was kind of the inspiration for this, kind of that dark bunny aesthetic. This may look a little bit different, but it is the night log that you've been seeing so far, but just kind of split up into two tables here. And I did like how that turned out. This little faux Dutch door, this is actually just glued down, but when you first turn to it, it looks like it's going to be a Dutch door situation. I really like that. And this is where I started trying to split up Saturday and Sunday. And I don't know. I feel like I'm forever on this mission to find the perfect weekly spread. And I think that's one of my favorite parts about bullet journaling within the whole flexibility thing. Like I like trying to match a weekly layout to what I specifically need. So that's been really fun just over the last few years, just changing up the weekly spread. This one's quite different as well. I have it kind of split up between work and personal. All right, and then we're on to May, which was this kind of vintage, kind of retro telephone theme. And if I remember correctly, I just used Tombows for this, and I know I've heard that this looks like watercolor, this looks like color pencil, but yeah, it's Tombow, and I still really love how this cover page came out. My attempt at minimalism. I really love this though, this monthly spread here. Have our trackers, a vertical tracker here, which is a little different. I still love this notes page just with the different colors. Yes, I love this note page. The different washies, they all just go together really well. For this weekly spread, we were out of town. As you can see, most of these days are just kind of color coded by the different cities or the different kind of events that were going on this week. And this is a picture from a conference that I went to, but I have this new section here that says when we get back. So per usual, whenever I'm out of town, emails pile up, tasks seem to pile up where I need to do things when we get back. So I want to keep a running list of that. And this is where I do that, and it's super helpful. But yeah, this is what my typical kind of travel weekly looks like. This is the week back, and it got a little crazy, so I had to add in some extra papers, which luckily went with the theme of this kind of like mishmash of different papers and stuff. But yeah, this is just more tasks. And then we're into June, which is a retro metro theme. And this was inspired by the upcoming trip to Portugal and Spain at this point. And I knew we were going to be taking a lot of public transport, and I was just looking at all of these different pictures of these old New York metro interiors and things like that. So I just thought it'd be a fun theme for June. And here, this is the first time I still use this vertical monthly calendar. Thank you, Jess. And yeah, I love this vertical monthly calendar, and this is the beginning of that. Got little plays on the Underground logo here. Another thing I like to do is have these kind of countdowns to Christmas or to a trip. Anything that kind of builds excitement or hype, I love having a countdown for. It just makes it a little more exciting. I love the anticipation for something exciting. I need to do more of these. This is a kind of tabbed out weekly. I just don't love doing the whole cut, like that's still kind of coming apart. Yeah. I just don't love cutting in the spine right here. The pages get wonky, the like stitching gets weird, so it's not my favorite, but I do want to do it more because it is very handy and it's super cute. I can draw one doodle across the whole thing and be good for the whole month, but that's what I did here. So we have every week in this little tab, and they're built up like stops, like metro stops. So this is stop or dates 6 through 12, and they're all kind of set up the same way. These little papers, extra. I also turned 35 during this month. Holy shit. Okay, and then on this last page, this is right before the trip. I'm saying goodbye to my Bujo, and then I have a little checklist for every week, so a month out before we left. And yeah, this weekly setup worked really well for June, and I didn't have to worry about setting up a new weekly spread every week, so that was really nice. And this page, so I still came back to this page even in December because this is where I started doing my admin day page. This is after I figured out the whole reusable spread thing, and then so yeah, I don't know if I can erase that with my finger, but this checklist here is reusable. So every Monday, that's my admin day, I would come back here and go through this list and mark things off or erase it, whatever. But yeah. And then this list was just for the few days right after we got back from the trip. And I didn't have a monthly setup ready to go, but I still needed, a task list for that weekend. Have a little birthday photo here. And then we're into the end of July and August. I combined into one theme just because I was only here with the bullet journal for 1 week in July. So I just thought that I would combine those things. And this is the Dark Academia plus Mystical Creatures theme. My patrons voted on a few different themes, and I think, if I remember correctly, Mystical Creatures and Dark Academia, there was a tie with those. Or, no, that's not what I did. I think I just asked what they wanted to see, and I just took a mixture of all of these things. Art Deco might have been one of those things too. I just took all of those things and kind of combined them into one theme. So we have the monthly for July, which is only 1 week. The habit tracker for July, which is only 1 week, and then the August calendar here. Night log, same deal. This top part is July, this bottom part is August. And then, yeah, things, again, get really crazy whenever we get back from somewhere. So I do have extras here. And this bottom part was a notes, reusable notes area that I did use, but I also just needed more space. And I leaned heavily on the Patreon kit for this month for decoration. These stickers are still available in my Etsy shop if you like these and want to get some for yourself. These are probably my favorite stickers that I've done so far. Yeah, near the end of the month, I start getting kind of back in the groove and wanting to draw and things, so. This weekly, I'm on the road, so I have where we are on every day and, you know, kind of this daily, weekly task list here, this kind of plan of action. This is really cute. I like this little tip in here. Oh, and a little notes flip up. I think I had more. Yeah, I had some more stickies in here as well. This is like a little sticky bank. And then we get into September, which was inspired by our trip to Portugal and Spain, in particular, a postcard that I got in Portugal with all these different doors. And I just love the architecture over there and just these stoops. And so I decided that I wanted this to be my September theme. All right, then we have the monthly spread here. I love that I had more room to do larger drawings on the monthly spread with the vertical calendar just taking up one page here. So yeah, I love the colors for this. It's super saturated and just, yeah, it makes me happy. Here's a little night log remix here, and here's the postcard that this theme was kind of based off of. I also started simplifying that work dashboard, and I made this column reusable, so I would have the project here on the left side, and then with the kind of dry erase marker would just write in what the current status of this project was. Then I also have the monthly task lists here with invoices and what's upcoming, and then these categorized lists here. Okay. Anytime you see these little flippy things, I just needed more space. So I feel like I give myself a lot of space. A B5 is not like a small journal or anything, but like I just write everything down, and sometimes it's just not enough, I guess. Okay, I was wondering what this page was for. So this week we were away and there was a conference going on, and so I wanted another kind of just full page of notes and feedback because we were kind of in charge of putting on the state conference. So I definitely wanted a page for feedback and follow-up tasks and things like that. So that's what that page is for, and the doodle's super cute for that one. Ooh, that's not a real page. I'm trying to think what happened here. What happened here? I remember. So I was going to plan for October. I had already done the plan with me and totally effed up and didn't leave myself enough space for one more week or something. And so I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I have this kind of like tip-in situation for this last week in September. But it turned out great. It looks totally intentional. Like I had to think about what happened here. But this is a sticker from that set, also available on the Etsy shop. And yeah, it still works fine. So we're flipping over to October, which was the film noir theme. And yeah, I wanted this cover page to be more smooth. It is a little streaky because of the Tombos, but it turned out okay. I don't hate it. I just don't love it. And then on this side, I have the movies that I wanted to watch in October, which I was able to watch them all. Bones and All, I haven't seen. I did not know at the time that it didn't come out until November, so that was not going to happen anyways. And the only one that I didn't see was Halloween Town, sadly. Still love this smoke here, and I did that with some metallic watercolors and just a jelly roll pen there. So ooh, is this where the dailies started, like officially? Yeah, so the dailies started kind of back in October, where I had this task bank, and then I was just pulling to-dos into this kind of daily section. And I'm still doing that now. Same here. I love this one. I got super into it this week and made this little film reel flip up thing. Oh yeah, I'm definitely into it now. Task bank. Okay, and then we're over to November, which I was running out of pages. I maybe did a page count at this point and was like, oh no, I'm running out of space. I need to start condensing these monthly spreads because I don't want to set up a new journal yet. So yeah, so you'll see November and December are kind of like scrunch. So if you want to save pages, or if you want to try to get a full year into one of these kind of standard sized journals, maybe you can get some inspiration from the way that these next 2 months are set up. So we have November, small kind of title page here with the habit trackers down below, and then the calendar on the right here. Still was able to do some sort of night log, some Thanksgiving planning, and some categorized task lists here. And then it was just down to the weeklies from there. I forgot to mention that this theme is based on someone else's artwork. This is based on an album that I really loved, one of my favorite albums called Illuminate by Lydia. But yeah, then we're to December, which was an advent calendar theme. I actually have an entire kind of prep vlog showing the exact moment I came up with this idea, and basically me flipping out and being a little anxious about not having many spreads left at all. But, you know, it was a fun challenge. And so with knowing that so many flip ups and add-ins had to be added to finish out this month in this journal, I knew an advent calendar theme just kind of made sense. So yeah, we have these little flip ups here. So this is considered the cover page. We have a little quote, the habits, and then this flips up to the calendar spread or page. It's not even a spread, a calendar page, but it looks like a spread with this. So that worked out great. Flipping over, every week is on a single page here, but they're all dailies. And I figured that I did not need like an events section or anything like that, because it's just like one flip. And I left this up most of the month, but it's just like one flip back to see what's going on that day. So we have all of those. And then I also just used one task list for the 2 weeks. So one task list for the spread, and it was plenty because work starts to slow down during this time, especially this year. It was kind of weird. Like everyone just went radio silence, which I was not mad at because I was very tired and very ready for a break. So yeah, nothing under there. Yeah, so, and then this is the gift tracker and just some things for Christmas tracking or just notes that have to do with Christmas. I just did stocking stuffer lists here and just like things we watched, things we did, we made cookies, all that stuff down here. And then the rest of the pages are kind of those end of journals. Sometimes I work collection spreads. Once I've already done the initial setup, I'll work my collection spreads from the back up. So some of these spreads are from earlier in the year, but I just start in the back with some of these. So this one's my Big Brother summer spread. I love Big Brother. I still have not put my little winter picture in here. I got to put a picture of Taylor in there, but we have that. Flipping over, like I said earlier, we were in charge of doing a state conference. And so these are all my notes for getting that state conference together. This was, I don't know what this is. So basically, this was just a list of things I wanted to do for the Etsy shop. But yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't even know. I have no excuse. And then this was me planning the 2023 setup, what that palette was going to look like, what washies. This I've used multiple times. This is just like the whiteboard spread, just a reusable sheet that I use back here for just throwaway notes. And then in the very back here, same story as the last journal. I just have some leftover photos and stickers and whatever. And then in the flap back here, same thing. There are some cards for Valentine's and birthday. And there is a program from the dance show in December back here. And yeah, that is it. So yeah, here's the chunk if you're curious. This one's super chunky just because in December with all of those flip ups and flip opens and all of that, it just made the notebook really chunky. And I like to paste things in anyways, so yeah, not very surprised at how chunky these notebooks both are, but it makes me really happy. I know some people don't like the chunk. Do you like the chunk? Let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed looking through journals number 5 and 6 in their entirety. Let me know in the comments what your favorite monthly theme was. If you got any inspiration from any of these spreads, let me know how it's going so far for you in 2023. And really, thank you guys so much for being along for the ride. This has been so fun sharing my journal and making new friends and kind of being a journal nerd with you guys. It's been fun. I'm not going anywhere. But no, thank you guys so much. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a like, turn on notifications, all of that stuff. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. And if you like this video, here are a couple more I think you would enjoy.